Good evening to you all. Indeed, it's a very good evening. And even better for me after the budget announcement last night, I'm still thrilled at the allocation that the Ministry of Economics gave to the Ministry of Health, which clearly depicts what MS has just said, that any government that invests in education and particularly in the health sector deserves to be applauded. So I'm very delighted at the offset that we at the Ministry of Health and Medical Services, after rigorous consultations, have got probably the second highest budget after education, and that clearly denotes the fact that we have a lot to do in terms of uplifting the service delivery for our ordinary PGM men and women. Again, good news for the civil servants. I'm sure you're equally excited about the pay raise that was announced by the Minister for Economy last night. Again, with that, remember, comes a lot of expectations. As we move towards uplifting the service delivery, the move to remunerate our civil servants, especially our nurses, our allied health workers, comes with that expectation that your pay increases will boost your morale, and you'll be ready to step into probably new roles to take the level of services to another level. Anyways, coming back to this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to officially open the new emergency department and operating theatres at our own Lautoka Hospital. I am confident that the new facilities here at the hospital will completely improve the quality of service and infrastructure for patients and staff both in the immediate future and of course in the years to come. This is certainly a milestone for the Ministry of Health and Medical Services and a fulfillment of a promise to the people of Lautoka and the West and the surrounding areas, and indeed an occasion worth celebrating. However, before we do that, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Lautoka Hospital staff, the leadership, MS, the contractors, and all those who have assisted in the completion of the wonderful structure that we are going to witness here. I believe that this is the second design and building project that the Ministry of Health and Medical Services has been engaged in. Similar work was done for the extension of the Cedarburg Hospital, which is now in full operation. Building infrastructure capacity is important, but we must integrate the care and design of our healthcare facilities to better serve the needs of our patients, and I'm glad to say that this new emergency department and operating theatres have been planned with such needs in mind. Work on the site began in 2014. However, due to circumstances beyond our control, it was not completed until late 2016. The new ED and operating theatre will expand, as mentioned, the capacity of high-quality services to meet the needs of our population in this part of the island. I was told that before in the ED unit, if there was a red alert receiving 4 or more victims, the space would not allow it. However, with the new unit, we now have the capacity for 17 trolley spaces, again as mentioned by the acting MS. We now also have a permanent asthma station and an isolation room where our patients with infectious diseases are kept in. The opening of the 5 additional operating theatres will also decrease the backlog of patients. Ladies and gentlemen, these are little changes that we have achieved, but it certainly has big impacts on the comfort and well-being of our people, especially our patients. Now please take note that improving or expanding our infrastructure does not mean that we encourage Fijians to lead unhealthy lifestyle. Our aim is to provide you with the best care and the best service when you need it. Ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, I'd like to highlight again in this forum the increasing cases of NCDs, which is becoming a great burden for our nation, and of course for our health facilities across the country. And top on the list of NCD concerns is diabetes and its complication, which is a major cause of death and disability in Fiji. I did mention this to the audience at 2 o'clock this morning while opening the National Sports and Wellness Center. One of the Fiji's key challenges is that many cases go undiagnosed, resulting in many people accessing healthcare services at a late stage when the conditions get complicated and expensive to manage. This results in poorer health outcomes. Particularly, it incurs higher rates of amputation for diabetic foot sepsis and premature death, and of course higher healthcare costs. This is where we come in. So again, if I may mention, according to the data collected by the Ministry of Health Information Unit of the Ministry of Health in 2015, a total of 669 amputations were done in 2016, and a total of 791 amputations were done. These statistics further shows that amputation rates increased from 12.1% to 12.6% from 2015 to 2016. So, ladies and gentlemen, these statistics convey the alarming consequences of diabetes among our population, and you and I all know the very basic causes of it: living a very unhealthy lifestyle, eating unhealthy food, not exercising regularly, and of course the list can go on: excessive smoking, alcohol, to name some. So, I wish to strongly emphasize today that these health problems and NCDs can easily be avoided if we Fijians adopt a healthy lifestyle and stay healthy. If I can make mention of this, a lot of fingers are raised on the health services of the country. Every now and then we hear people criticizing our services, no matter how hard we try. So I'd like to put on record and commend the staff, all the staff in all our facilities, who regardless of the geographical barriers, regardless of the resource constraints, do their utmost best to provide every Fijian with the care that they truly deserve. I have never heard anybody saying that some of the diseases and the burdens that we bring upon ourselves is our own fault. And I think it's high time we all take responsibility and stop this blame game. Okay? If we took responsibilities for our health, we would not be imposed by this, again, if I may say, man-made disaster that we have brought upon ourselves. Opening new EDs, having more operating theatres, building more facilities, upgrading our infrastructure, that is not the solution to the health problems that Fiji is currently faced with. We Fijians need to act now. We need to ensure that we take our health, we do not take our health for granted. We do not take our lives for granted. For me, the success of any facility is the low turnout of patients that visit the facility. That is the success of our medical facility. Okay? Unfortunately, that is not the case, and that's the reason why we need to develop infrastructure, upgrade existing facilities to provide for the services that the majority of our patients need. Ladies and gentlemen, when we don't live healthy or stay healthy, we will attract illness and diseases. You don't need a genius to tell that. This definitely burdens the government with more health bills, which could be diverted to other developments which the country needs. Earlier today, we took part in the National Sports and Wellness Day. Okay? And we just don't need to move on this public holiday. Or we just don't need to move when Wednesday is a sports day or a wellness day for any organization. We need to move more daily. And it's very simple. It doesn't cost us anything. Yet, for some weird reason, I don't understand why people do not get into that healthy habit of exercising regularly. It doesn't cost you. There's no fixed time for that. Find time, and that is very important. So, Cabinet in 2014 approved this public holiday to promote physical activity and sports as an essential part of living a healthy lifestyle. And may I encourage each one of you today to be champions of a healthy lifestyle, so together we can decrease the numbers of NCD patients in our beloved country. I'd also like to remind you that tackling the increasing cases of non-communicable diseases, again, doesn't mean building more hospitals and bringing more medicines and bringing more doctors. NCDs can truly be tackled through a collaborative effort, particularly when we all start taking our health seriously. Because NCD, as it is said, is a lifestyle disease. And to defeat NCD means one has to be committed to making healthy choices on a daily basis. Meaning eating healthy, eating the right food, the right amount, and exercising daily. I have developed this very bad habit of watching people when they eat, especially when I go to functions and I sit quietly and I see the size of the plate suddenly gets bigger, the heat suddenly gets bigger. So simple practices like being conscious of what you are eating, what is being cooked within your home, especially ladies. Okay, what we feed our family. I'm not saying ladies, that's your role in the kitchen. Gentlemen, you too. You need to decide what's being put on the table for your family. That's very important. And living in Fiji, growing your own fresh fruits and vegetables is no hard task. Okay, so we need to inculcate those habits within our families. Because change obviously has to come from within. Okay? I can't expect all Fijians to change. Each one of us have to change that. So our doctors and nurses at the facilities are the right people, are the right professionals to advise you on what needs to be done. But when it comes to making the real change, it's about the choices you and I make. So I appeal to all the individuals and families to make the change today for yourself and for those that you truly care for, your children, your spouses, your family, to choose to live a healthier, a longer, and a happier life. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to pay special tribute to all the staff and management of the hospital who have assured that excellent services continue to be provided here during the 2 years of building this new infrastructure. Thank you for all your efforts and dedication throughout this transitionary period. I'm sure it was not easy, as MS had said, and of course, I'm sure you would have been flooded with complaints from people why these services are shifted, why these services are limited. So I applaud you for that, and I hope that the new facilities will provide much comfort and benefit not only to the hospital staff, but to all our patients who are going to enjoy these new facilities here at Lodoka Hospital. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, I have much pleasure in officially opening the new emergency department and the operating theatre here at Lodoka Hospital in Western Bukit. Thank you very much.
Permanent Secretary for Civil Service, Ms. Ben Welsh, for this inaugural occasion. We are greatly grateful to the Ministry of Health and Medical Services for its support. Thank you so much for your unlimited support and its public holiday. Thank you so much. Now, most importantly,